Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so glad that you joined me tonight. Today is actually Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. Thank you so much for popping in. Really do appreciate that. Friends, colleagues, associates, thanks so much. And for those of you that are watching us on the replay, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon, or whenever you're watching us, thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a choice to be a daily part of your day. All right, let's get into our master topic. But before we do that, I want to share with you how we work. We start with our Saturday. We roll all the way through the weekend. We finish up, ladies and gentlemen, on a Friday. Our master topic, essential principles for interacting with people, series 2, show 16, episode 4. So, series 2 means we're in our second year, in case you guys didn't know that. And show 16, episode 4. Wow, we're almost at we're over 500. If I remember correctly, we're going to break 600 very soon. We're at after this episode publishes, we're going to be at 597 episodes. That means by the end of this week, we'll hit 600 episodes. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That's amazing. So, when we think about essential principles for interacting with each other, let's go through some real important ones. And I want to thank Dale Carnegie for this. The only way to get the best of an argument, according to Dale Carnegie, is to avoid it. There are some people in your life that constantly just want to be obsessed with, fighting and, taunting back and forth. They have nothing better to do. They just want to see importance. So they want to create an argument. You know, I've known people that have done this when they go to restaurants or they go to a department store. They always got to argue, yell, and scream because they think it makes them more important because they get free stuff. People give them the free stuff because they just want to get them out of the store. But, they develop a very bad reputation. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, is to show respect. Show respect, ladies and gentlemen, yes, show respect for other people's opinions. Respects for other people's opinions. That's pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. Show respect for other people's opinions. So, when I say show respect, what I'm talking about is not something you have to do, but something you do again because of your core, because of your heart. And so when you show someone respect, okay, you do a couple things. First of all, you lift them up. That's number one. But the second thing you actually do is you lift yourself up. You don't even know this. You lift yourself up because you're being humble and you're showing respect to someone. And when you do this, people just, they go into this euphoric state like, wow, me? No, you can't be me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You're great at what you do. How many times have you been, let's say, um, either it was an argument or a dispute, or maybe it was just a slight disagreement. Maybe when you were a kid, maybe when you got out of high school, maybe it was with your parents, maybe it was in college or when you got out of college, or maybe after you got married, anything, or it could be at work, right? How many times have you bumped into somebody and you knew they were wrong? You didn't make a big deal about it, but you knew they were wrong. Maybe they told you they didn't do it, but you knew they did it. You didn't want to cause any problems. You didn't say anything, but you knew they did it. How about maybe sometime you've done something I know many, many years ago when I had broke one of my mom's vases in the house. It was actually down the shore, and there was this vase there, and um, we had like a, let's say, a long table right in front of the couch, and she had the vase actually to the left of it. Well, my friends and I, when they would come over, and this was our summer place, we were always told not to play ball in the house, but when nobody was around, we would still play ball. And well, my friend didn't catch it, and I was like, "Oh," and it went for the vase, and the vase went to the floor. Now, luckily, it was carpet, so it didn't smash into a million pieces. It did break into about 4 pieces. Not as bad as it falling on tile or linoleum floor. It fell on padded carpet, which was great. However, we decided that we were going to fix the vase. Well, I decided. My friend's like, "Oh, you could just fix the vase. No one's ever going to know." So we go to fix the vase, and we just buy some glue. And the next day, my mom wants to use the vase. And so I give her the vase, and she's like, "Would you put water in it and put these flowers in?" I was like, Okay. And so we never tested this fix to be waterproof. In fact, I could almost guarantee it probably wasn't. So my friend magically had to go home for dinner, of course. And I started to put water in the vase. And I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty good." And then I go to put the roses in the vase. And I'm setting the table for dinner, and I didn't put the vase out yet, but it's sitting in the kitchen. And I start to notice that it was leaking a little bit. Then I kind of glued that up, and it was leaking somewhere else. And then it was leaking more. And I said, "Oh, gosh." I said, "I can't do this." I said, "This vase is not fixed. It looks fixed. It's not fixed. It's basically bubbling right out of the seams where I glued it, and this wasn't a waterproof glue. We didn't really think about waterproof glue. We just thought about the fact that, hey, we just want to fix the vase, and keep it as a heirloom that no one's going to touch, not knowing that my mom was going to want to use it to put roses in that my dad gave her. And so I dumped the water out. I cleaned the vase out, and I'm like, "Mom," she's like, "What?" I said, "You can't use this vase." She's like, "Why not?" I said, "Well, you can't use this vase because it's broken." She's like, "It's broken?" I said, "Yeah. Um, Chris was over the other day, and you always tell us not to play ball in the house. Well, we were playing ball in the house for a little while, and then he went out for a long pass, and well, let's just say he didn't catch it in time, and it knocked the vase off the table onto the carpet, and it broke in 4 pieces. So I broke your vase. He didn't catch the ball, but I mean, I was the one responsible because I broke your vase. I'm the one that threw the ball. I shouldn't have threw the ball." And she said, "Both of you are wrong." I said, "I know I'm wrong." "No, he's wrong too." And so after I had apologized, my mom came back and said, I never used that vase. It's just something for decoration." I said, "Well, why did you ask to use it? Because dad gave you roses." She's like, "I have other vases I use all the time." I just wanted to see if you were going to tell me the truth because I knew the vase was broken. How'd you know? I could see the cracks on it when I walked by. I didn't know what to say. First thing I said is, I presumed that I fixed the vase, so it was all good. However, when I went to put water in it, I noticed it was leaking. I said, "This isn't fixed." So I know I probably should have told you up front that I broke the vase. So I'm sorry. But when you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically, right? You're in a lineup. Who did it? He did it. I did it. And everybody's all admitting that they did it, but no one that really did it is admitting. It's just the wrong people that are admitting that they did it, just so they could save face their friends. So if you're wrong, and you might be wrong in life at least once or twice, admit it quickly and emphatically and apologize. If you're in a situation and you're talking about something and you're wrong, admit it. Because when you admit something, it builds your character and it shows other people that you can be a person that is deserving of respect. Another great rule from Dale Carnegie. So I'm sure you're probably going to break things in your life. So don't play ball in the house, but most kids and teens do play ball in the house, unfortunately. Um, At least if you're gonna play ball in the house, just make sure there's nothing around. I mean, we even moved the table to make sure everything was okay, but it bounced on the table and then he missed it and it went right to the coffee table and it just knocked the vase right over. And it wasn't a good thing. It was not a good thing. Why is it people don't want to admit when they're wrong? Why do you think? Why is it that people don't want to admit when they are wrong? I'm asking you this question now, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think the reason is? Um, I think it comes down to ego. It comes down to pride. People's egos are really sensitive, and they just don't want to admit it. They feel that it's very overwhelming. That's one reason. According to a very well-known psychologist, Guy Winch, and I quote, most people who consistently refuse to admit they're wrong do so because they have incredibly fragile egos. See, even he said it. And so if we can't admit we're wrong, that's a problem. Not to be stereotypical, but men have testosterone, and there's studies that have been revealed on this that impulses drive. Okay. And then it's like, what did I do? Like I put my foot in my mouth. You might have heard that a lot of men don't apologize. They think that admitting that they did something wrong is going to put them in a bad spot permanently. It's going to take them out of their comfort zone. That's something they're afraid of. An apology is often viewed for a man as being humiliating, losing face. When he admits he has done something wrong, he feels like he's just smaller in the eyes of those who hear the apology. So if a man does apologize, they usually want to apologize privately. Now, there's something called a manipulative apology. I want to explain this to you. So, it's designed to get an apology from another party when the original apologizer can deflect full responsibility to that other person. That's pretty interesting. Maybe it's, but this is really your fault. That's like me forcing you to apologize. There's also things called toxic apologies. It's a form of words designed to make you look like the bad guy by suggesting that you have an ungracious and very unyielding set of unrealistic expectations. There's also the gaslight apology. I love this one. It's a conditional apology that makes the person apologizing appear as if they are sincerely saying, I'm sorry, but they aren't taking any responsibility for hurting you. Hmm. So, when we think about apologies, and again, men have always been the worst at apologizing. I learned many years ago, went to Catholic grammar school, Catholic high school, and then a parochial college. Just get it off your chest first because you're going to be able to sleep better. You're going to be able to think better. And even though some people may put you down and say, oh, yeah, yeah, you did it. You're right. I did do it. And I'm happy to apologize because I want to feel better and know that I'm not hiding anything from anyone. So, yeah, I did break your bike. I did eat the last cookie in the jar. Um, I did talk about you behind your back. I did steal your notebook when you were looking for it so I could copy the notes, and then I magically made it reappear. So everyone thought that you lost it. I think apologies for men are also hard for most of them because what happens is there is this hunter type personality, right? Protector. And it's like you're higher than mightier than thou, and no one's higher and mightier than thou, like God or Jesus. No one. But when you are with this classic type A personality person, it's like they can do no wrong. And the minute you might ask a question and it might possibly even slightly incriminate them, they're going to get extremely defensive with you. And watch how quickly they break the friendship. Not because of you, because you discovered something. It didn't matter if it was you or someone they knew for years. The fact that you uncovered something and the fact that they weren't ready to face that, so they'd rather play the game of denial, which is certainly a river in Egypt. But we always say denial is not just a river in Egypt because denial and denial, the ENIAL, come up a lot. People think that if you just sweep it under the rug, who's going to know? Who's going to care? And I can keep my big macho male dominating ego in check. That's pretty amazing. But you have a conversation with people and you ask them to apologize, and they're going to be like, yeah, right. I'm not apologizing to you. You're a this, you're a that. They want to crush you, Because if they crush you and make you so low to the ground, you can barely breathe or live. This is hypothetically speaking or proverbially. Then you're no longer a threat to them. Because, see, right now, when you are challenging them, even though you're just asking for an apology, you're challenging them and they're worried that somebody else might hear what went on. And now another person learns about it. Then another person can learn about it. And hey, Scott, hey, Mike, you really shouldn't be such a jerk. You should apologize to John. Oh, yeah, I'll do it later. And then the next day comes, and Paul's there, Mike's there, Chris is there, Scott's there. Scott's the one supposed to apologize. Like, did you apologize to John? Yeah. Did you apologize? You didn't apologize? Yeah, I'll do it later. Well, why don't you do it right now? Well, I'm busy. Busy doing what? Getting my books for class. But you don't have class for another 30 minutes. Yeah, well, I got things to do. It's only gonna take a minute. Then another person comes along and say, yeah, Scott, it's only gonna take a minute. Then another person goes, hey, Scott, it's only gonna take a minute. Another person. So now you got 6 or 7 or 8 guys like, it's only gonna take a minute. Or is that just too low for the big man to go? And now they're shaming him into apologizing. Not the greatest way, but it's going to get the apology. And he'll come back to me and say, hey, John. And they're all looking like over the shoulders. It's like, do you have to be like right over my throat when I'm apologizing? Can you give me a little like freaking space? He might even curse him out. And so now they're kind of like just watching. We want to make sure you apologize. Okay, so you can listen, but just I don't want you over my face. And so it becomes a little comical in one sense. But then he comes out and says, hey, John, hey, um, not really sure where to start here. Um, I was a jerk. I was an idiot. I was conceited. I was hypocritical. I was judgmental. I was trying to save face. And I guess what I'm saying in all this is that I was wrong. And there's a silence that fills the room. He says, and I guess what I'm asking you, John, yes, I'm asking you for you to forgive me because I, 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 yes, I, um, I apologize. And as soon as that happens, because everyone else kind of like from the peanut gallery was right there, they're either gonna like, just, say kudos or whatever, or they're all gonna clap. And the reputation that he thought he was gonna lose, he actually didn't because he apologized. But if he would have kept kicking tires and kept playing games, people would have started boycotting him, not wanting to talk to him, not inviting him to parties, not want to sit him with him at the lunch table, or not even want to sit next to him in class, really alienating him. We call this something when I was in It happened more in high school, not in grammar school. We called it giving somebody the silent treatment. What the heck is that? What is giving someone the silent treatment mean? Well, it's a tough thing, okay? And it can make somebody feel not worthy. Some people think that being silent is taking the high road. It actually could be the worst thing you can do. It can really rewire a person's brain psychologically and emotionally, and there could be repercussions later on. If you got a problem, a bone to pick with any person, a guy or a lady, anybody, just come right out to them. But better yet, if you're wrong, don't wait for somebody to be sad or be silent because they feel so underappreciated or they feel like nothing. And this happened a lot when you're in grammar school. It happened a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you in high school it happened even more. There were cliques, they formed, they broke, and when people knew that you apologized, it gave you this golden star. Now, it wasn't on your lapel or on your belt or anything, but people knew that you were a good egg, that you had that stuff inside you that made you different from everybody else in the group. Because everyone else in that group, even though they were all chastising you to make sure you apologize, a lot of those people, in fact, every single one of them, would probably have done the exact same thing that you did unless they were confronted, like what happened to you. I just have one question for you. The question is this: if you weren't confronted, would you have ever apologized to me? And so a silence comes over. And that silence comes over because I say to you, John, I don't know, but I know one thing. I don't think I could have gone to bed another night. It was only 7 days. Yeah, but John, I probably would have went silent myself. I probably would have drove myself so nuts that I wanted to apologize. So the question I ask you right now is, why was it such a big deal? It was a big deal because I thought I was going to give up who I was. And when you apologize, you don't give up who you are. You stand for the person that you know you are. And you let other people know that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you. It's fantastic, amazing Tuesday evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to click on the PayPal button. Buy my team and I a cup of coffee, bowl of fruit, or a savory dessert. Either way, we'll invest those pennies and dollars into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities, even the most jaw-dropping, empowered content to improve your life. I know that's what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely check out BelieveMeAchieve.com. If you're listening or if you're watching, just scan the QR code with your phone. You'll get so much other great information, including my brand new channel that just launched. You know what that is? Genuine Food Reviews. You're going to want to check it out. And the review I just did was for Mr. Beast's burger in the American Dream Mall. And it was pretty interesting. So definitely check that out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your evening. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your night. And I'll be back with more information about this amazing topic, the essentials that people need to know. These are really important things, ladies and gentlemen. These are essential principles for interacting with people. But you know, most people think this stuff is not important. It's just as important, ladies and gentlemen, as you and I breathing. Have yourself a wonderful night and take care, everyone. Be well.